diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's it. No more sharing. I'll have to do a bunch of sharing no more. I'm out of every single group on Facebook. Just not serving any purpose. And I shut down my own. Good afternoon, Leisure Man. Good to see you. There's already enough places to watch me, and yeah, it's actually kind of freeing. You know, I'm figuring out how to do more with less. And I want to be an attraction, not promotion place. You know, the people that need to find me, God will send them to me. It's just kind of the way I see it. I don't need to do all the shenanigans. So, not on TikTok. That did not affect me at all. I, 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 I was happy TikTok shut down. I was actually, I wasn't happy, but I found it funny. Wasn't for long. You know, I guess it serves some good purpose. I don't know. I just think social media has kind of destroyed human contact. And a person with PTSD saying that, it must be pretty fucking serious. So at the same time, I do enjoy doing this and stuff. But yeah, thank you, Leisure. I'm glad. Yeah, I know the people that follow, and yes, I'm putting that in quotations because I don't have leaders don't have followers. They don't have clients. They're just it is what it is, man. It doesn't need to be more than. I mean, now that we're just making up names like recovery coach expert, peer support expert. Do you know how long I feel? It is my opinion that, yeah, well, it depends on the humans too, right, Leisure? Right? I don't remember what I was going to say because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. So, why am I talking on this topic today? Because I really don't have much patience, tolerance, kindliness. I have love today, but I don't know. I just don't have much in the way of patience. My cats kind of took it out of me when I first woke up. But welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. The other reason that I'm bringing up this topic is I know what it means to not have much patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love in your life. I also know what it means for somebody to do that for you. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. But since I'm not doing all that sharing in the beginning anymore, I'm going to have to figure out a different way. I'm going to have to kind of figure out a different way. It is not done, but it is done enough. There is a new website with a new URL. Hi, CJ. Sorry I sent that message to you. Sometimes I use my WhatsApp. Like I'll write something here and put it in my own WhatsApp to me, so that I can copy and paste it and put it in whatever Zoom room I'm in on my computer or on my phone. So that's why that happened. I was just inviting more people to the grassroots meeting. It's just, I go to these meetings and I hear people saying, "Yeah, I can't trust my home group anymore. I can't, and I know what you mean. Now, we need to understand a few things. Safe spaces. AA is not a safe space, nor is there any proof that it should be. It's a room full of judgmental, unhealed alcoholics. What do you think you're going to get? And when we share our problems at those meetings, when we dump, you best be very, very careful because somebody will call CPS on you and shit. Because their thought process is, you'll thank me later. So be very careful on what you share in those meetings because some people are spiteful and they will report you because they're doing the same thing and they want the view over there. Right? It sucks, but if you want to be in a meeting where you can kind of share things like that, the whole share where you're at kind of thing. How's your day going? Well, dude, I really don't, I don't give a fuck how your day is going. I go to these meetings to hear experience, strength, and hope, right? Because why is that? Because we're not all sick on the same day, man. We're not. We're not sick on the same day. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. Amber, I don't know if I said hi. All my favorite people are here. Well, there's one missing. Ingrid's not here. She's one of my favorite people too. Not really allowed to say that when you're a leader, though. Right? But yeah, fuck TikTok. I don't care if it's up or down. I do think the right thing was done and it was put back up. We have it, whether I agree with it or not, we have freedom of speech. And that is that. That's all I know. So I'm not going to go any further than that. All right. I did go to Google. What I've been noticing with my phone is sometimes I'll be watching TV and it'll go blink and it'll start recording whatever it is that I'm watching. And I never said the words for it to activate or anything else. And I have a Google Pixel 8, all right? Not a bad phone. Not a bad phone. So, according to chapter 6 of the big book, when you are working through alcohol and drug rehab program or have finished, it never says anything about a drug rehab program in chapter 6. This is just MongoliaRanchRecovery.com wanting you to go to there. Okay, so as alcoholics, we need to sift through this shit, right? It's best to ask your creator to show you the way of patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love. When it comes to recovery, you will want to have 4 of these things with you at all times. Written like a true normie. Like a true normie. You're going to need these things, and you're going to have them at all times. I'm going to tell you something. That's bullshit. To have them at all times would mean it's just not going to happen. We can strive for it, though. Absolutely, we're going to strive for it, right? What does AA say about patience and tolerance? Everyone has her own perspective on everything, and tolerance will encourage patience. So, why don't we look some of these things up? Let's use something that we haven't used in a while because it's probably going to be in here. It's so far back in here that we're going to go to the misspelled Alcoholics Anonymous book. It's misspelled. And I still do appreciate Amber gave this to me, but it's spelled anonymous is spelled with 2 N's there. Anonymous. I was gonna go to talk too much anonymous. I'm not even gonna go there, brother. I did watch the inauguration. But with any situation, I agree and I don't agree. Tolerance. Acceptance of beliefs or practice different from our own, right? So tolerance in our case is understanding that everybody has their own perception of God, that everybody, see, your perception of this world is different than mine. It's different than mine. Okay. I've been through different things. You have been through different things. Um, I'm probably going to get a little, maybe this is too much. Okay. But okay. I'm a white male in his 50s. I have a lot of privilege in my life. And because of that privilege, my life has been different. Yeah, we're just going to call shit for what it is. I don't like blah, 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 all the other crap because, you know, for me, you know, I got to experience a big shift in my life at 14 years old where I was this white kid who grew up in white suburbia. I think we had a black person in our school, maybe a couple Hispanic people. There were probably more but but diversity was not part of my life. Okay. And then when I went when my parents put me in halfway houses, that would change. I would become the minority, okay? And I would learn different, and I actually kind of enjoyed it because growing up, my family, we don't have any past, we don't have any family ethics or anything like that. A community, right? We're white people all slammed together. I didn't even know I was British until about 5 years ago. Actually, it was less than that. I didn't know what nationality I was, right? So so the tolerance comes from our own purview in that we have to start learning maybe of being open-minded, being and hearing other things, right? What are some things that are tolerance? Well, sometimes people bash God in the meeting. I'm tolerant of that. How about chronic relapsing? Are we tolerant of people that chronically relapse? I'm glad that my home group, Bill's Brown Bag, a lot of bees. Bill's Brown Baggers was tolerant of me coming in and out for 2 years. Yeah, right. Um, Patience. Let's look at patience. I guess I could have done this before, but I didn't. So you're going to have to be patient with me. Patience. The ability to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. Calmness, composure, understanding. Hmm. Hmm. Notice there's some words that are repeating. There's a couple of able to accept or tolerate. Well, patience, and then we're going tolerance. So patience and tolerance are kind of the same thing, except that patience gives you the ability to accept or delay or delay. Other, right? Bill's Brown Baggers Brothers. I have another B thing that I used to say it all the time, and every now and then somebody adds on a new word, but it's big blue bouncy bunny balls. Big. It was longer than that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Started in high school for some reason, right? So tolerance and patience, the difference is the patience has a delay in it, right? Has a delay in it. Well, I tend to call that delayed gratification. That I'm not going to get what I want right now. And that usually means this person shutting the fuck up. Didn't sound very patient, did it? But for us, oh yeah, that's patience. You know, the being able to understand. It is tuning someone out patience. I would think no. I would think no. You know, because this is going to have to go with some open-mindedness also, is it not? Patience, tolerance, kindliness. Let's go look up kindliness. EFGHIJK. JKL. K's aren't very long. JK. Not in here. Kindliness is not in here. They have Keen, Colonel, Keystone, Kudish, Killjoys, and Kitty Hawk, but not Kindliness. Right? So I can't use my phone right now to look that up because you can only look at what, and I don't know how to go back and forth. Kindliness. Not kindness, kindliness. Meaning, the quality of being kind, warm-hearted, or gentle. Ah, gentle. Now, there's a difference between being kind and being nice, just so you know, or good, whatever it is. But kindliness, when we put a ness on it, it denotes action. Well, what is the action in this? No action. The action in kindliness is no action, which is an action of itself. If you listen to any Rush songs, we know this. All right, we know that it's kindliness. So we're going to go to page 67 in the big book, right? Isn't that where it said it was 67? Isn't that where the treatment center said it was? In chapter 6, that's why I thought it. What are the 5 basics of AA? All right, this is the 5 basics of AA. Stop drinking or drugging. Okay. See, they're mixing it in here. They're mixing the drugs in here. They said go to meetings, get a sponsor, work the steps, help another alcoholic. Yeah. Okay. So in chapter 6, into action, right? Oh, I found it. All right, we're going to be on page 82. 82. I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to start on the second full paragraph. If we have no such complications, there's plenty we should do at home. Sometimes we hear an alcoholic say that the only thing he needs to do is keep sober. Certainly he must keep sober, for there will be no home if he doesn't. But yet he is a long way from making good to the wife or parents whom for years he has so shockingly treated. Passing all understanding, the patients' mothers, and wives have had with alcoholics. Had he not been so, many of us would have no homes today, would perhaps be dead. All right. So where, now we got to think, or I got to think here, what about all those people that tolerated my bullshit for years? All those people, like my mom and my wife and my favorite auntie, some of my friends, my children, who had a lot of patience, tolerance, and kindliness and love to help me to even get to where I'm at. See, when it comes to this, I feel like I owe. This is where I feel like I owe, right? And I now owe for all the patience that was given to me, right? And what is 80% of the program? Well, it's keeping your darn mouth shut. And that doesn't change. And why does that not change? Because I don't know about anybody else, because the intrusive thoughts have not gone away. They've lessened. They're not as mean, right? In my head used to say some pretty fucked up shit. I'm sure yours did too. In fact, I'm almost positive of it. You're an alcoholic and you can't help it. You can't help it. I know it's happened to a lot of people today. Today's a tough day for a lot of people, man. Okay. So, whoa. This chair is missing a wheel. What page was I on? 82? Okay. There's no wheel there. Woo. is because one day last week I didn't have any patience, tolerance, kindliness, or love, and I came in and punched the chair. All right. We all go through it, man. To come on here and say, oh, my life's skippy, dory, hunky all the time. Yeah. Mm-mm. Sometimes I come on here, I'm pissed. I'm in a bad mood. And you show me patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love. It's not, it's okay to be human. It's okay to be human. Um, yeah, it's on 83. I'm getting there. Thank you. Yeah, it can be there's nothing wrong with silence, CJ. Absolutely. Yeah. In fact, everybody is gone in the house, and I love it. It's nice and quiet. There's no screaming. There's no running around. All right. So without patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love, we wouldn't be able to help other people, just like the people that helped us. Right. So this is where we can break generational cycles. This is where it can be done. Okay? Be grateful for the days being pissed. Absolutely. I get to be alive to even be pissed. You know, I'd be grateful for the fact that I went after a chair and not another human being. See, I'm the only one that has to deal with the fact that I did it. I'm okay with it. I will not replace the chair. I don't need to. There's nothing wrong with it. It's broken. Well, so am I. So am I. Maybe I'll just glue the fucking thing back on, or duct tape's a great tool, right? Or maybe I'll just keep having fun falling over. The alcoholic is like a tornado, roaring his way through the lives of others. Hearts are broken. Sweet relationships are dead. Affections have been uprooted. Selfish and inconsiderate habits have kept the home in turmoil. We feel a man is unthinking when he says that sobriety is enough. And we're seeing a lot of that going on. There's a sober craze. You can always tell, because I can tell you this, there's going to be a sober February too. There'll be a sober March. Okay. By September, it will fade. It'll fade. Right. Because people running around out there, oh, sober Dion, sober this, sober that. A man is unthinking, because sobriety wasn't enough for me. Just getting rid of the alcohol. Right. I know I do a lot of repetitive things on examples, especially after, well, in 11 more days, it'll be 7 years that I've been doing this. Okay. And I forgot what I was going to say. It'll come back though. It'll come back. What was I talking about? See, that's part of the problem, is I never really know. Right. Oh, the horse thief. That's what it was. Because sobriety is not enough, right? We've all heard it. The drunken horse thief. If you get what if you get a drunk horse thief and you sober him up? What you have is a sober horse thief. What a lame example. It will be mocktail March. Good call, Leisure. Good call. What do they want? They want you to spend money. That's what they want. Okay, they just want your fucking money. There's nobody out there serving mocktails with true intentions of helping you become a better fucking person. No, we call mocktails an appeasement. You don't need a mocktail. We call them virgin. Then get a virgin daiquiri. Calling them mocktails includes too much to cocktails. That's like saying, oh, I'm going to open a sober bar. That is an oxymoron. Bar in and of itself means alcohol. Yeah. All right. Got to watch that brain because what do we deal with a lot? Triggers, triggers. How about you? But I have a V8 every now and again. I did have them every day. I don't know why I stopped. And my brain still went, "Where's the vodka? Where's the vodka?" Every fucking time. If I have a Red Bull, I tell you what my brain will say. "Where's the Jägermeister?" It'll ask for it, and then you know what I'll be frustrated if I'm new. So I have a sober horse thief, but that's not really, that doesn't give us a great example. Okay. No, what we have is a better horse thief who can think straight and who gets a kick out of stealing horses. So this person is going to steal more horses. So what would a dry drunk be? Well, you're just better at manipulating. You're just better at manipulating. You're a better asshole. It's the same thing, right? He's like the farmer who came up out of the cyclone cellar to find his home ruined. To his wife, he remarks, "Don't see anything the matter here, Ma. Ain't it grand the wind stopped blowing?" See, unthinking. And if you understand that line, yeah, well, you just might be an alcoholic. Yes, there's a long, long, long period of reconstruction ahead. We must take the lead. A remorseful mumbling that we are sorry will not fill the bill at all. The days of sorry are over. Okay. Um, what's the right way to be a shitbag? Clara, joke of the day. I don't. That is a great question. It might even be a serious question around here. I think it is. Yeah, but what's the right way to be a shitbag? What a great point. Thank you. Oh, now we are in the ninth step here. They're talking about the ninth step. Okay, so a remorseful mumbling that we are sorry won't feel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, this is where the living amends is going to come in. And a living amends just means that I'm going to take the lead. Okay, I'm now going to take the lead, and I'm going to be a good example. Am I going to be a good example every day? Oh, I know. I get it, Claire. Uh, Absolutely. There's times when I want revenge. I want fucking justice now. I woke up that way this morning. My brain, the first thing that it did was, who should we fuck with today? That's exactly what went through my brain. And I did have somebody in mind. I had a couple people in mind. What I wanted to do was write a letter to all the people that fuck with Colorado. And there's a list of them. And I was going to lie. I would say there's 113 of us out here that are dead set against you. And we're going to do everything we can to shut you down. Shame on you. And just have some email like recovered alcoholic against assholes like you at Gmail. See all this? And I was only up for 30 seconds. But my brain does that crap. It wants justice, patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love. Yeah. Probably be better to spend my time being a little bit more proactive. Be better just sitting around doing nothing than stirring that pot, right? Okay. And what is that? Well, maybe I'm miserable somewhere and I want other people to join in on with me on that. Because what? Misery loves company, right? Well, I know that. There we are. See, very straightforward. And I was not showing tolerance, kindliness, and love. No, I was not. Nor patience. We ought to sit down with the family and frankly analyze the past as we now see it, being very careful not to criticize them. Their defects may be glaring, but the chances are that our own actions are partly responsible. I like how they put that. No, Our actions are responsible for it. Yeah. Oh, well, but how come? Oh, yeah. I'm thinking about doing a whole, but it's just a direct ripoff from Jeff Foxworthy, is all it is. If you have woken up in your own urine, you might be an alcoholic. I could go on for hours on that one. But if I do too many, my video will probably get cut. So, who knows? I don't know. They fired all the fact checkers and stuff, from my understanding. Not that it matters. All right. So yeah, my I wasn't partly responsible. Well, I was partly responsible, but there wasn't a chance of it. That was just fact. And we do get to a point, but this is how it's written so that we don't get offended so easily. Because I don't know about anybody else, but when I came into this program, and still sometimes, I'm pretty sensitive, right? Got an email last week. It came out from Adams County, and it talked about helping. It was politically charged. I'll put it that way. Okay. And I didn't understand why this person was putting it out, because it even said, don't listen to the rhetoric. And I'm like, what is this? This is way too political. And I sat down with Pastor Marcia, and she said, kind of read how she put that. She didn't even want to send it out. It's just another part of the resources. And sometimes we don't agree with them. I'm like, because that's what I was confused about. I was like, this person doesn't seem like that. She's like, she didn't want to do that. You can tell. I'm like, that I get. That I get. And I'm so glad that I'm not paid by the government so that I'm required to do that shit in order to get my paycheck. All right. So we clean house with the family, asking each morning in meditation that our Creator show us the way of patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love. I'll tell you one thing that's getting to me today. Yesterday I went upstairs and do my dishes, and the kids had a lot of dishes in the way, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna be nice. I'm not gonna give them any shit. I'm gonna do their dishes for them. And I did. And they just filled the sink back up with other dishes. And this morning I'm like, motherfucker, show some fucking respect, would you? I did something for you. You refuse to keep on. See, no, 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 no. If I would have approached it that way, no. All right, the spiritual life. I'm going to do readings until through to the ninth step promises. So everybody's kind of off today, so I'm taking advantage of it right now because I did not want to go live. I did not want to run the meeting today, the noon meeting. I did it anyway, but now I'm feeling better now that I'm getting it done. Now I'm feeling more like how Dion actually is, instead of wanting to be all revengey and plotty against other people that I feel like have offended me. Spiritual theory, life is not a theory. We have to live it. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to be a good example on how we live it by bringing up things that I go through. You bet. Tried I was living with an expectation. Yes, yes, leisure. I will admit it. Yeah. My expectation is that they shut the motherfuckers down now. But everybody's a child of God, right? And God's doing what, and for me to say, well, even I can't even do karma on that. Well, karma will take care of them. That feels so revengey. I want to say it. I want it to be true. I do. I want I want all these people out here to come back and say, Dion, you were right. It's not going to happen. I've gotten several people have reached out and said, yeah, Dion, you were right on this, but these are people that talk to me anyway. So, right? Unless one's family expresses a desire to live upon spiritual principles, we think we not urge them. We should not talk incessantly to them about spiritual matters. They will change in time. Our behavior will convince them more than our words. We must remember that 10, 20 years of drunkenness would make a skeptic out of anyone. What's a prayer for revenge? That's a great question. Claire, you're on a roll. So, what's a good revenge prayer? Prayer and comfort and holy vengeance. Is there a prayer for revenge? Caught up in the presence of the Trinity, we are able to say, slay the wicked. So there you go. That's as far as I'm going into it. Is there a prayer for revenge? Which there was. Right? But our behavior, it is our behavior. Okay? My kids do not do anything I tell them to do, but they do everything I do. So being a good example is really the only way to go. You know, my kids are adults now. I can't tell them what to do. Two of them live in my house under they're using my pots and pans, or mine, 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 mine. No, this is material bullshit. Okay? God gave us his house, not me. There may be some things we can never fully right. We don't worry about them if we say we can honestly. We don't worry about them if we can honestly say to ourselves that we would write them if we could. Some people cannot be seen. We send them an honest letter. And there may be valid reasons for postponement in some cases, but we do not delay if it can be avoided. We should be sensible, tactful, considerate, and humble without being servile or scraping. Here's the key. Okay? As God's people, we stand on our own 2 feet. We don't crawl before anyone. Okay? Courage. Okay? I'm not going to cry because you're not going to forgive me. I'm not going to get upset. I might get a little upset. Okay? I don't really need their forgiveness. I've already been forgiven. So what am I doing? Well, I'm bringing my problems to justice. What I'm doing is I'm walking in somewhere and saying, hey, these are my snakes, dude. I'm doing it right here. I tell you about my snakes all the time, but what I do with them. That's that. I don't run around apologizing for doing it. Okay? Now, I will say sorry, like if I run into somebody or something and it's a quick sorry, but that's all that is for. But I am not going to apologize for believing in a higher power, for standing on my own 2 feet and becoming a better person. I will not do it. And if somebody wants me to do it, I will have them removed from my life pretty quickly. It's not something I will tolerate. Where's that tolerance? What about tolerance for me? Right? Courage, courage, courage. Yeah. It's all about courage. You know, you can get your point across without being an asshole. It's possible. I don't know how it is. I'm just kidding. Right? So, if we are painstaking, do you know what painstaking is? I can't tell you, and I'm not going to here. Definition of painstaking.
Here's the definition of painstaking. Done with or employing great care and thoroughness.
See, it doesn't have to be painful. What does it say? Done with employing great care, thoroughness. I bet courage is in here somewhere. I bet it is. Painstaking, objective, taking great care, taking or showing great care and effort. Thanks, Michelle. I get pretty funny when I want revenge. So I'm picking on me, right? So painstaking, let's go to Merriam-Webster here. Because I want to be right. Diligent care, effort, I'm not going to be right. Here's some adjectives: careful, fuzzy, meticulous, conscientious, loving, and scrupulous, right? So if we are if we are showing or involving, so let's try and put this word. If we are diligent, if we are careful, if we are meticulous, so great care. So if we take great care about this phase of our, well, then quit fucking looking at her. If we are painstaking about this phase of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. Now, there's a contention in AA meetings on whether this happens halfway through the steps or halfway through the ninth step. You're never done with your ninth step, so you tell me. It's halfway through the steps in my experience. In my experience, that is what it's about. Okay. About halfway through, because several of these things happened to me in the fourth and fifth step. One of them happened in the third step. So it's really a choice. Do you want your gifts now or later? What is it? All right. We are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. New. Noonie. What is that? That is the pink cloud. That's the pink cloud right there. Okay. If you had one pink cloud before, you might get another if you have a different new experience and stuff. I did not have a pink cloud this time around. It didn't happen. So we will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. That's fourth and fifth step, where we settle our past. And why do we settle our past? So we can be of maximum service. We need to turn our past into gold, or it's just going to continue hurting. But we're taking our past and we're turning it into something positive. We will comprehend the word serenity and we will know peace. It doesn't say we're going to have serenity, it's just we comprehend it now. You're going to have some serenity, though. What is serenity? Let's go look it up. I know, we got to look up these basic words, man. Come on. Definition of serenity.
Here's the definition of serenity: the state of being calm, peaceful, and untroubled.
Patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love. All right. We were right in that one, right? And we will know peace. Means that we can sit with ourselves alone and not be tortured by our own thoughts. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. I'm going to tell you something. And no, this is not a challenge. Okay? It's not a challenge. The further you have gone down, the worse, the harder your life was. Oh, here we are. We were waiting on this. I've been waiting on Mr. PTSD. So everybody, this is Victoria James with a very nice, man's picture. Now, dude, I have already, okay, so I'm going to report you again. But what they're doing is Victoria would like you to buy their mushrooms because they're assuming that you have PTSD. So in this case, we're going to show a little patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love here. Now, I've looked into this, and mushrooms can kind of help with PTSD, but I found that you can get through it without it. ADHD does not exist. It doesn't exist. And beyond that, they left. So everybody, if you could do me a favor, you see how this idiot left their website there? Feel free to click on it and go ahead and report Victoria, the guy in the woman in a man's body there, right? So thank you for that, Victoria. We needed a little side thing there so that, we do that. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it. You're going to, we're going to do this first real quick. I'm going to go here. Dude, you shouldn't fuck with me. That's just stupid. And this is the third time you've done it. All right, I take care of it after. All right, I'm going to go ahead and block. There we go. Add to block list in Restream chat. Yeah, they just came back and did that because I reported them and their shit got turned off. All right. So the further you have gone down, the more you can help. because you have more experience. Not a challenge. Do not take that as a challenge, please. And I say that because you're an alcoholic. And if you go back drinking, you're gonna be, oh, I'm just going further down. So I know it sounds weird now, but your brain will do that. And I know because I did it. So don't. I'm just telling you, don't do it. Okay. That feeling of uselessness and self pity will disappear. That's probably one of the bigger ones for us, was for me, because I didn't feel useful in this life at all. No, I would do things like go on other people's lives and peddle my fucking mushrooms because I'm just an inconsiderate fuck who wants to make money off of people suffering. Yeah. Like I had it. What a great leeway. Thanks for the leeway, Victoria. You're awesome. See, you were of some use. You were of some use. Right? I don't know that self pity has not totally disappeared from me. That hasn't happened. So just give me 1 second here. And we're gonna finish up. We're gonna finish up. All right. Yeah, I don't think this person remembered that I came and trolled their page. Gonna do it again. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Yeah, instead of going to a meeting and, woe is me, here's all my problems, regurgitating in the meeting, we say, how are you doing? I have found that the best way to solve my problems is by helping other people solve theirs because of my answers come. There's only one way to solve your problems. You got to run this thing until the answer comes out. Blah, 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 until the answer comes out. That's what therapy is. It's what the fourth and fifth step is, right? We say it out loud and do all these things. Yeah. Now, and there's the big difference. Michelle got the key. Michelle got the key today. It's the recognition that it is going on. You know, rigorous honesty is when you can say, I'm in self pity. That's rigorous honesty. Can't do that until you do certain things first, though, right? Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. We'll see people different. We'll see the world differently. Some days that's going to suck, though, because then you get to see the world for what it is. And this world's scary. It's fucking scary sometimes. I believe you, Leisure. I believe you that you're, if you believe that you have ADHD, you do. You're correct. I say that because I'll just tell you, okay, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, but I have been told about how hyperactive and how crazy I am all my life. And anytime ADHD comes up, so do drugs. And that's where I have the problem. I think it's made up. I think that is just unregulated emotional trauma. It used to be called ADD, right? But they keep changing it to fit the times. That's why. Oh, and now we got Nana Janet. I think this person just doesn't like me. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and finish up. And I know you're on the Daily Trudge, by the way. Oh, there you are, Nana. All right. Oh, I see you stole somebody's, so we get to report and all this other fun stuff. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. This isn't much different from like bombers and shit. So I apologize. Oh, they're all over my Daily Trudge right now. All right. It'll be real easy. I'll just turn off, And it's the same person. It's the same person. It's just, anyway, I will stop talking about them. And I apologize for giving them that much attention. So, fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave us. I don't fear people anymore. I just don't. God has protected me way too much. Okay. and economic security. I mean, I've sacrificed everything so I can do this. And God continues to take care of me. So, yes, we will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. I call that the Karate Kid portion of the program. So, I call that the Karate Kid portion because sometimes you'll be doing something like, you've seen them, whether it was wax on, wax off, or put your coat down, pick it back up. Doesn't matter which version it was. What it was the repetitiveness of something that you were learning. Okay. Delayed gratification is a great example of that because in the beginning, we took an hour at a time, a day at a time. And then after a while, it gets a little bit easier. And then one day you turn around and you're like, I don't even have an obsession in drink anymore. Bing. And then this part comes to you. We suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I think 50 minutes is probably good. Thank you for being here. I love you. Peace out. And